What's your wish for Gwen?
Yeah.
Starting with Noli Berioso.
Okay, Miss Gwen, can you sum up your
Ano question to?
experience, your journey in Miss World from day one up to the crowning in a sentence?
They want to be screening, so I think it was very different from last year. Tito Norman was there both years, and he saw how I evolved. He even posted something from my first year. And many people didn't actually recognize me, and that was a big surprise for me because I didn't realize how much I changed, not just mentally but also physically. So it was a great experience for me from day one to the last day. I made new sisters. I did, I had many fast track challenges and I got in many top 10 spots. And last year I did not get any of that. So I worked really hard. I guess I was like a silent killer because I didn't make that much impact in social media, but I gave it my best really on Coronation and the closed door interview, which I think had a lot, of different. It made a lot of difference for the scoring and everything.
Ready na talaga.
Yes, I'm ready to conquer the world.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tito.
Another question from Noli Berioso.
From Tito Norman naman.
Di ba ako I am still formulating my question in French. It's hard to answer question in French.
Mars from Miss
Mars, your question please.
Si Mars.
Give us your experience nung 5 na lang kayo. What is your thoughts going on nung 5 na lang kayo? And then, nung tinawag ka as Miss World Philippines 2022.
We were holding hands that time, I really remember vividly. And I thought to myself, oh, these girls deserve a crown. And no matter the outcome, I'd be satisfied because I know I gave it my best, I gave it my all. And those 2 months of really working hard, that was the answer to that night. And when they called me to be the next Miss World Philippines, it was like, oh, my dreams came true. And it was such a rush of emotions. I didn't know how to put it out there, how to express it. And until now, it hasn't really sunk in that much that I'm in Miss World Philippines 2022. Yes, we have hectic schedules, but it really hasn't sunk in yet.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Mars.
And also, next question is Edge Tenoria.
Hi.
Ano na, birthday wish nila.
Ay, tapos na. Grabe siya.
Question,
What is your wish for Gwen?
wait, of course,
What is
second
your wish for
crown.
me?
Second crown. Saka, as a Rudy Baldwin of pageantry. Lost it off the pageantry. Napipili ko talaga na, of course, second crown.
Yeah!
I will work very, very hard for that. Super hard. Because of course I'm representing the Philippines, all of you guys. And I will be using my voice to do that. So I will work so hard and persevere. Especially with the help of Pro Media.
Lilipat ka ang pro media sa London? Why not?
Yes, we're all going to London.
Pro media sa loob.
50% daw. And next, of course,
From San Francisco, the Philippines Pageant.
No, I don't have a question yet. Okay, this is not a question, but do you have a specific strategy in achieving the second crown for the Philippines? Like, are you going to work more on your head-to-head challenge? Are you going to work more on your PWAP? And how are you going to charm Miss Julia Morley?
Very good question. Of course, it's all about my purpose. Me too. The purpose is a huge part in this world. And I need to work more on that because I feel like I didn't portray it as well in my Miss World Philippines BWAP. So me, Pobindia, and my team are really working on that. And also my communication skills to the world. Because it's not just the Philippines right now that I will be competing in. It's in London, in front of everyone, in front of the world. So I need to work on that, how to express myself in the best way possible. And how to express education to many. Because in the Philippines, we are tending to focus on traditional ways of being educated. But when I studied in England, we had, what did we have? It was, yes, we had the other parts, vocational, we had GCSEs, A-levels, yes, so it was being trained. But here I think we focused too much on the traditional.
But do you have a strategy that you're planning to do or working on?
I'm talking to a lot of queens and having advice from them, from Tracy, our Miss World 2021, and Michelle D. And I think I'm really researching what Julia Morley is interested in, because you never know in the Miss World International. It could be different every year. But as long as I'm being authentic, I think that's really what she likes. Someone that's authentic and real. Someone that doesn't try and be someone she's not.
Do you think you would have a home court advantage when it happens in London, since you grew up in London?
I think yes. I think Julia would be surprised. I have a British accent, but I'm coming from the Philippines, so I guess you can see that I'm there. She'll be like, oh, this is different. I don't think we've ever had that before.
And what will be that advantage? Like, you have many friends here that will help you to prepare?
Yeah, the whole town.
The whole town?
Of
You
course,
will bring
the
the
whole
whole town
town.
and watch?
I'm bringing the whole town to
With the
watch.
budget media to with you?
Actually, in London they have a huge Filipino community, so I'm not worried about supporters there. Because many of my friends are Filipinos in London, so I'm very excited to see them again
But
there.
it's a hometown girl winning the second crown for the
In the
Philippines.
Exactly.
So basically, so let's claim that.
We also have Bar Fiesta in London, so I think it will also happen that time near December.
Oh. So invite Julia Morley in the bar party
Try out the Filipino food.
and cook Filipino food for her.
Yes, thank you for that advice.
Thank you and
Thank you
best
so
of luck.
much.
And congratulations and happy birthday.
Next question, sino?
I already have a question. Gwen, Julia Morley was once quoted as saying that if you want another Miss World, send me another Megan Young. My question to you is this. You know Megan Young, well, maybe not personally, but you have seen her, how she talks, how she expresses herself. What can you see in her that you think you can somehow emulate in order to somehow, not be a clone of Megan Young, but to come close to what Julia Morley is looking for, a second Miss World winner from the Philippines?
For me personally, I've met Megan Young, and since then she hasn't changed a bit from Miss World. And I think that's what makes her stand out. She speaks from the heart. She speaks with authenticity, with a purpose. And she doesn't practice what she says. Many beauty queens, it's like they sound scripted when you speak. And I want to be as authentic and with a purpose as I can, especially with my mother there. I'm really excited to speak publicly because with Erda Foundation and Father Tritz, I'm sure you guys know Pierre Father Tritz. I really want to represent him. I want to continue his legacy for that.
Thank you so much, Gwen. I think that's what I like. You do not practice what you express, but you just say it spontaneously.
And I remember your advice, never change.
Yes, dear. Never change. Yes. As they say in French, voulez-vous coucher avec? It means something
That's
else.
flirting.
Oh, okay. I cannot flirt with a girl.
Okay, our next, of course, Malayan Business Insights.
Mag-MC na.
Malayan Business Insights,
The legendary.
and of course, ang Manilenyang Instagram of
Programmable senior citizen of Manila.
First of all, congratulations. I don't have any question for you. I just want to say I'm pretty excited because you are the most, shall we say, organic beauty queen that we are sending in London.
Thank you, Sir Jay. It means a lot to me. And also, happy belated birthday to you. You're a Gemini, right?
Yes.
Tsaka beauty.
Ano dito, Jem, si Lenore Abargil, ba? Tama ba? Yung beauty niya. Parang, except for the curl, di ba? Pero yung personality.
We're experimenting with different looks right now.
yeah.
So we have curly, straight, and today I wanted to try hair up because I haven't had hair up in a while. So.
Yeah, Jay, define organic now.
why did you call her organic?
Yeah.
Organic from the garden or?
She's the most natural in the
You mean no retoque? She has no retoque. She's natural. She has no retoque. I know her because she came from me. She came from my tummy.
No artificial ingredients.
No.
May organic.
That I can guarantee.
Authentic.
Okay, no
You can see
Ajinomoto.
No more families.
One way to say to tell someone is French is the bump on your
Are
nose.
going to wear
Like
blue
that.
gown also in this world?
We're still deciding, but I think we might go for pastel colors, more light and vibrant.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that might be the color. We're still deciding on that.
Next question is from the Titas of Pageantry, Tita Lavinia.
Hola, Gwen.
Hello, Tita Lavina. You look so pretty today.
Ba't siya lang?
Kailangan ng earrings. Gwen, one of your first events as Miss World Philippines is that Met Ball event with all of the other beauty queens. So, hindi mo lang nakita si Megan Young, you also got, I hope, a chance to meet Pia, also Catriona. What were their characteristics or things that you picked up if you had the chance to meet any of them?
I didn't get the chance to speak to Pia and Catriona because they were there for not a short, I think a short while, and they were receiving their awards. I got to speak to Hannah Arnold and Rabia, so I think that was such a good experience for me to meet, other beauty queens who have the same experience. And I also got to speak to Emma Tiglao yesterday at Net 25. Since they're veterans, I could really take really good lessons from them since I'm still starting in the pageant world and have a lot to learn. But along the ways, I know I'll become stronger and embrace the journey as it goes further along.
Gwen, I have a second question for you because we're talking about authenticity. Sir Norman also mentioned about giving you an advice on not changing. But of course, you're Miss World Philippines now. I mean, some degree of change is bound to happen. So, you started your media week with the rest of the Miss World Philippines girls. How does it feel? May change na ba sa demeanor? May konti na bang, well, you won the Miss World Philippines crown. May konting leadership na ba tayo na nakikita? Nakikita nyo na ba yung dynamics nyo na nag-change?
I think no, I don't think the dynamics have changed. They're still my sisters since day one, and I've seen them grow, and I'm really excited to see what will happen for 1 year since I'll be working with them for 1 year. They have their own international competition, so that's what they're really focusing on. And their personalities are really thriving right now after their reign. So I'm really excited for them, and I see them as equal. I don't see anyone under me. I see them as the same level as me, and I really want to embrace that I'm also a human being, not just a beauty queen.
Yes, when you have to blow your candle first.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Gwen.
Make a wish!
But I'll make another one.
22, second crown.
Yay! Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday!
Just like the French.
I'm trying to stay healthy right now, but this is so tempting.
Icing lang, icing.
It's like,
Let's all have a slice, like a tiny slice.
Another question from the Crown Philippines, Christian. Tayo ba, Christian?
Hi, Gwen. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Gwen, we want to know your thoughts every time you wake up in the morning, especially after you gotten the crown of Miss World. What are your thoughts in the morning? What are your thoughts before you go to bed?
That's a really good question, actually. When I wake up, I still feel the same person that I am. I'm Gwendolyne Fourniol, but I feel more productive. I think I want to do more changes in my life, and I try to fit that in the day. I do more research. I feel more open-minded. since being crowned Miss World Philippines. And before I sleep, I always pray, and I'm really grateful and thankful for this crown that I've been given. It's a huge responsibility for me, and I want to give justice to that. I want to give justice to the Philippines and make them proud on the international stage.
How have you been with the rest of the queens, Miss World Philippines?
We've been getting along really well. It's a lot of pictures, a lot of media out there, and we have TV live guestings like CNN, Net25. We also have Alison's send-off party or Super National, so please support her as she will head to Poland next week. And she will be representing the Philippines. Yeah, I'm so proud of her. She's really changing, evolving really quickly, and proving to everyone that had doubts of her that she is capable of taking the next Super National crown to the Philippines.
Next question.
Alison.
Next question from Sashes and Scripts, Sir Jason.
No, the spot sa It's not actually a question, but rather a wish for you. I think you've had a lot of questions, and I'm sure you want us to wish you well for your competition. And I hope that as you progress into the Miss World pageant, I hope that you mature. I hope that you learn from the experience. I hope that you grow and not leave for London as if you are a package prepared doll for the competition. And I think that what Tito Norman and Tita Lau said about authenticity, keep that and be calm, composed, but collected, especially in your head-to-head challenge. And I also wish that as a treat for us, you use social media to enhance your brand as a beauty queen, as Miss World Philippines, because that's the only way that we are able to follow and support you in your competition, because social media has so much power that just a simple sharing, reshare on IG stories, on Facebook,
or liking,
Live, it really helps, not just you as you compete, but also for the pageant media to help boost the confidence, to help boost, online visibility, because in order for the organization to know what are your plans for the ERGA Foundation, for your BWAB, let us know by having it in your social media, because that would really help us, help build you up. And I also hope that as you go to Miss World, keep in mind that Julia Morley once said that she doesn't want packaged, rehearsed queens.
Yes.
She wants someone that is a living, breathing person that is not just authentic, but rather someone that is well-versed, well-educated, who has proper demeanor in public, someone who really embodies the Miss World ethos, the beauty with a purpose ethos. And I hope that as you go in Miss World later on, you bring with you all the hopes of the people here in this room, and always remember that through highs, through lows in the competition later on, we're here backing you up. So
thank you so much. I'm really grateful for the advice that you've given me, and even other people have been messaging me, giving me advice, and I don't take that as a bad thing. I take that as because they want to see me succeed, since I'm representing the Philippines. And you're right about posting constantly on my social media. You can follow me on my Facebook page, Gwendolyne Fourniol. I think I'm more active on there. I share more about ERGA Foundation. And since you guys are all coming along with me on this journey, I need to keep you guys updated.
On the spot pa yan, Sir Jason,
Tito Norman, is she the youngest Miss World Philippines since 2010?
Since 2010, I guess.
Yes.
Since Miss World na talaga.
Sige nga, isa-isahin mo mga edad nila.
Google ako, sila 24 si Gwen.
tapos si...
Ano siya yung kabata?
And I think the age will really give her an advantage as well. Alam mo naman this world, they don't like old girls now.
I researched that no Miss World has ever won over 24.
Actually, naisip ko na yan.
Pasok na pasok.
So, talagang umaayos yung warrior.
On average, the winners are around 19 to 20.
24. 24.
Yeah, 23, 24.
So, parang naisip ko, parang siya yung pinakabata.
And since Gwen is 22,
Pak na pak. Pasok.
Sir Armin, what is your thoughts kay
Question.
Wish?
Hi Gwen, congratulations. Happy birthday and good luck. Okay, question ko lang, what is your message to your detractors?
I-video nyo to! I-video nyo to!
Ulitin natin yung
Video! Thank you, Sir Armin! What is your question?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Gwendolyne, what is your message to your detractors?
As I said on Tita Lavinia's interview, I do not need to explain myself as a beauty queen. And those detractors actually make me stronger, they elevate me. And their criticism doesn't hurt me because I want to be a role model for everyone that you should not be affected by other people's judgment. How can you be happy if you live your life depending on their judgments? You have to really thrive on positivity and love. And I know some people had favorites to win Miss World, but right now you can't change, you know, the crowning queens. You just have to support them. You have to unite together and make sure that they will represent the Philippines in a good way, in a good light, and bring home the next crown. So that's all we can do right now.
Very well said.
Anong follow-up question ng star vlogger na si Celso Capara?
What?
Why do you believe that you should be the next Miss World?
Taray.
Ano question ni Julie Morning?
I believe I should be the next Miss World because I experienced so much in my life, and as an advocate of education, with a purpose to show the world the issues that really matter. I want to shine a light on education, on Father Tritt's story, on his journey, and to really give justice to him and to all the children, the marginalized Filipino children that have no access to education. I grew up privileged, I must say, in England and had the chance to be educated thanks to my mother. But hearing her story when she was younger, she's still standing to the Philippines right now, even up until now to Erda Foundation. I think she's my inspiration, my success story. Yes, I may not have experienced what she experienced, but I want to be the person to tell to the world her story and every other people's story out there, because I want them all to be a success story to the world and not just to the Philippines. Thank you.